Lueroi's Pokemon Crystal Walkthrough, Part 50. What's going on, everybody? It's Lueroi! Welcome back to Pokemon Crystal version. In the last episode, we went over to Celadon City and defeated the gym leader, Erica. So we've now been to 3 cities, and we've collected 3 gym badges here in the aftergame. Today I'm going to be leaving Saffron City over to Route 8, and this will bring us to Lavender Town. So there's a building here at the beginning of the route. It's going to be locked. It's just the underground path, which takes you underneath Saffron over to Celadon, so big deal. You don't need the underground path to get over there if you really want to. We're the Kanto Pokemon Federation Trainer Group. We'll drive you under our wheels. The Kanto Pokemon Federation Trainer Group. That is a super long name, but yeah, the old KPFTG, as they're known around these parts. This dude's got a coughing on his team, though, and I've got my Politoed up in the front. Politoed hasn't done a whole lot in the aftergame, but I did teach her Psychic. Yeah, in Saffron City, we got that TM from Mr. Psychic's house. And it turns out we can even buy more copies of Psychic in Celadon City, so if I wanted to teach it to Electabuzz or something, I could do that. Level 39. But yeah, isn't it frustrating that you wait the entire game waiting for Psychic, and then as soon as you get it, they're like, oh, by the way, next town over, they're selling infinite amounts of Psychic TMs over there. And then you're like, awesome, I just wanted one during the frickin' Johto portion. But yeah, these copies don't stand a chance, so. But yeah, we have a little bit of a gap here until we get to the next gym. I could have dashed down the cycling road to get to Fuchsia, and obviously the Psychic would rip through all of those poison types. I also have Ursaring's Earthquake, so I'm not worried about that gym at all. I'm just a little bit more focused on getting the power plant mission crossed off first. So that's kind of where I'm heading right now. And he's got one more coughing on his team. How do you have 4 coughing on your team? You'd be like the worst dude to hang out with. Just freaking smoke all over the place. So one last Psychic will knock this thing out. And hopefully the rest of these guys have a little bit more variety on their team. Alright, so that's gonna do it for Kanto Pokemon Federation Trainer Group Biker Dwayne. That's right, I got the whole thing down. Alright, so that's the red biker, next is the green biker. And he says that the cops shut down their underground path. Wow, the cops had to step in? Man, this KPFTG is a little more serious than I thought. What could they have possibly been doing in that underground path if the cops had to shut it down anyways? Yeah, and all they did was lock the door. It's not like they, legitimately shut the thing down. You could still get in there if you really wanted to. Yeah, hey, all I know is that ever since they shut down that underground path, the traffic in Saffron has been ridiculous. And it's all the KPFTG's fault. Whatever, this guy just has a Flareon, so Swirly is perfectly suited for this entire gang. Alright. And we got one last gang member here, the blue biker. We're the Kanto Pokemon Federation! No, you're the Kanto Pokemon Federation Trainer Group! You can't just drop the trainer group, you're the KPFTG! Come on, Biker Zeke, you gotta stay committed to the full title! Oh, Biker Zeke. He's probably over here like, guys, I've been thinking long and hard about this. We can't be the KPFTG. There's only 3 of us, for God's sake. We can't have 5 letters and just 3 dudes. And then the other guys are like, but we already made the t-shirts and the hats, man. We're not gonna get that deposit back. So Swirly's up to level 40, and one more Pokemon. We're about to take down the whole Federation, single-handedly. Yeah, I'm just dying to get more background on these guys. I'd love to see some interesting creative comments just telling me, I want to hear all about the KPFTG. I want to know what their platform is. What were they doing in the underground path that got them booted out by the cops? Oh, I know you guys could probably come up with some funny stuff. So that's gonna do it. We took down this trio of bikers, and yeah, what do you gotta say for yourself, man? The Kanto Pokemon Federation will never fall. Well, I guess they officially dropped the TG. They're just the Kanto Pokemon Federation now. Anyway, if you want to get in the grass here, you can chop down this tree. There's Haunter in there, which you couldn't find previously. It was just Ghastly, but yeah, now you can find Haunter. Big deal, let's just fight this guy. How does the magnet train work? What do I look like? Some kind of frickin' science nerd to you? What am I, Bill Nye the Science Guy? You think I know how magnets work? Super Nerd Sam, you should know how the frickin' magnet train works. Has something to do with the polar bears or something like that, I think. I don't know, science was never my best subject, although I have a ton of respect for science, and I definitely trust it and respect it. I was more of a math guy myself. I still am. I'm in the accounting field now. But math and science do kind of go hand in hand, you know, so I respect what's going on that side of the aisle for sure. I was just never too interested in science because I knew I wasn't going to wind up, you know, in a lab or doing that. I was never someone that wanted to be looking under microscopes. And I know that's oversimplifying science, but I knew I wanted to be in the financial industry, I guess. So I was just never too overly interested. But again, so much respect for those that do, because science is an endless field and there's so much freaking stuff out there that's related to it. I mean, you can focus on biology, geology, astrology, astronomy. It's all freaking science. And yeah, I definitely do not know how the magnet train works. To answer your question, something about a polar bear. That's what I'm sticking with. Alright, you've got many gym badges. How do these guys always know? I thought my gym badges were in my pocket, but these guys can somehow see my gym badges. Super Nerd Tom. This is the last dude before we get to Lavender, so... Oh, here's a Magnemite. See, this guy can teach you how the magnet train works. He knows all about the Magnemites here. But yeah, even though they're electric types, I'm not too worried about them here, so... Yeah, a bunch of serfs should do the trick for us, so... yeah, after this we can check out Lavender Town, and there's no gym in Lavender Town, so we won't spend a ton of time in there. We'll probably just stop for a hot minute, honestly. And more Magnemites, so yeah, but speaking of the magnet train though, we did kind of talk about that a video or two ago. The magnet train will eventually bring us back to Goldenrod City, which would be nice. We do have a couple of things to do in Goldenrod City. However, we need to do this whole power plant mission in order to open up some of that stuff. So the sooner I get to the power plant, the better. That's why I'm heading to Lavender Town, because the only thing that separates the power plant from Lavender Town is the Dark Cave. So yeah, spoiler alert, that's what's kind of coming up next for us in this video. So one last Magnemite's gonna go down, and Swirly's not quite gonna get up to level 41 on the last trainer, but that's okay. Alrighty then, so we are out of here, and yeah, that's gonna bring us to... Oh, we still got this. Let's just go ahead and grab this while we're at it. Just to say we did it, it's a Paralyzed Cure Berry. Alrighty then. Okay, so back to Lavender Town. There's really not anything going on here. If you just sped through town and went up north to the rock tunnel, you wouldn't really be missing anything, but I'll go ahead and show you guys around. I am your tour guide through this game after all, so let's go heal at the Pokemon Center, and I'll be right back. Lavender Town is infamous for the Lavender Town Syndrome, which apparently killed off hundreds of kids in the late 90s because of the high-pitched theme music. I knew at least one kid from my neighborhood that got the syndrome. Either that or he moved to Michigan, I can never remember. Right here is the volunteer house, and I'm not doing any more volunteering. I'm already on my way to the power plant to fix it for free, so yeah, I'm not doing anything else off the clock here. Right here is the name raider, so there's a name raider in both Johto and Kanto, and yeah, that's what he does. He rates your names. He doesn't even have a sign outside of his house. That's bad advertising. But you know what? Maybe it was never about the money. Maybe it was always just about the nicknames. Okay, so this is Route 12, which eventually leads to Fuchsia City. I'm gonna hold off on all this stuff. I want to focus on getting up to the power plant, so we want to go up to the north, not down south. Over here is, what do you call this place? The Soul House. This is where you talk to Mr. Fuji. Yeah, you guys remember Mr. Fuji. He was the one that gave us the Poke Flute in the original games, but now he just has this little setup over here. There's nothing he can actually do in this building. To actually get the Poke Flute, you need to go talk to a guy in the Lavender Radio Tower, because they kind of remade this Pokemon Tower into a radio tower type of place. But Unfortunately, we can't even go up all the way here because this guy's blocking it off, and he says, sorry, you can only tour the ground floor. Ever since Johto's radio tower was taken over by a criminal gang, we had to step up our security. I mean, come on, dude. Team Rocket is gonzo. Like, what are you guys worried about? The Kanto Pokemon Federation taking over your spot? This guy right here, I think, is in charge of this radio tower place, and he says that the power plant is down, so they're off the air, and he's worried all of his efforts are going to go to waste. Yeah, maybe someone should go to the power plant and check it out for themselves instead of just complaining about it all the time. So yeah, it sounds like a job for me. I'll be the one to go to the power plant. I'll get you back up on the airways, and once I do that, he's actually going to give us the Poke Flute thing for our Poke Gear, so we will definitely be back here, but yeah, right now there's simply nothing to do in Lavender, so we'll just go ahead and go up north, and this brings us to Route 10, so let's fight this guy first. You like Pokemon, don't you? Me too.
You like Krabby Patties,
yep,
don't
that's
you,
the idea,
Squidward?
man. So, yeah, there's a couple trainers here on Route 10. Super short route that brings us to the Rock Tunnel. And it's kind of weird going in reverse order, because usually you come through the Rock Tunnel and you go south to Lavender, but we're all kind of backwards here for the after game. So, he's got a Quagsire. I've got my Sunflora up, who I swapped to the front when I was in the Pokemon Center. And check out Giga Drain. Yeah, I like that way more than Mega Drain. That is awesome. I like that animation there. So that's an easy one-hit kill. And it's kind of pathetic that I'm faster than Quagsire, but yeah, Quagsire is one of the few Pokemon in this game that's as slow as Sunflora, or slower in this case. And yeah, just one more dude over here. There's nothing on this side, so one more, probably it's a hiker dude. Yeah, you gotta fight this guy. No skipping him. And he's just laughing. I do recall there's always hikers just laughing it up over here by the Rock Tunnel. They just have no other dialogue, just heavy laughter from Hiker Jim. He's got him a champ, though, so that's pretty nifty. Yeah, only at level 35, so Sunflora should be good here. I don't have the best defense, but I'm sure I can take it out with a couple of Giga Drains. He's only going to use Karate Chop, so I know Petal Dance is more powerful than Giga Drain, but since Sunflora is so slow, it's nice to get some of that health recovered back. Yeah, Giga Drain's still going to be a 2-hit KO, so that's fine. Alright, yeah, and I put a couple of the PP ups on it in the last episode, that's why I have 7 of those already. So yeah, it would have been nice if I had Giga Drain during the main portion, but I mean, hey, we got by with Mega Drain, we made it work with growth, but yeah, the sky's the limit now that we have Giga Drain. I'm pretty excited about it. Alright, so that does it for the hiker. And he's gonna laugh so hard that he sneezes. Whoa, you ever laugh so hard that you just sneeze? That seems kind of crazy. Alright, Route 10. Cerulean City to Lavender Town. Yeah, I guess Route 10 is what's in between Cerulean and Lavender Town, but the sign should also mention that the Rock Tunnel's right here. That's kind of your main obstacle. So, yeah, the Rock Tunnel's going to be pitch black, so you'll probably want a Pokemon that knows Flash. I grabbed my Hoot Hoot out of the Pokemon Center, so I'll go ahead and do that. That way you guys can see where I'm going, and I guess you don't need it to get through here, but if you want to find all the items and just way quicker, I will spray some Max Repel to avoid the wild Pokemon, and there's no trainers in here, so we should have a pretty easy time getting through. Right here's a TM47, and this is going to teach Steel Wing, so great move if you have like a Skarmory or another flying type, works pretty good on. There's an Elixir right there, and I think we have a hidden item up in this little crevice right here, so that's next defend. You can find Cubone and Marowak here in the Dark Cave as long as it's not nighttime, and you can't find those guys anywhere else in the wild in this game, and we have a hidden Max Potion right there. So yeah, you could only get Cubone at the Goldenrod Game Corner, so if you want to get one in the wild, this is your chance. And look at that, it's another PP up, so I can use that on Sunflora's Giga Drain, and I can max that out at 8 power points. That's awesome. I'll do that after the video. And right there's a revive. So yeah, a lot of items in here. I did make sure to dump out some bag space so I could grab all this junk. We'll go up the ladder, and actually this portion's super quick. You just, and no items or anything. Alright, so yeah, there's just like 2 levels of this place, and you're just going back and forth, the basement and the main floor. Nothing too complicated. It's a lot shorter than the original rock tunnel. There's an iron right there to boost up your defense stat. But yeah, the rock tunnel was just a nightmare when I was a child. I used to always get lost in there. I would be afraid to even go in it, honestly. I'd just run back to Cerulean. There's a hidden item right here. Grab that X accuracy before you get too eager and run on out of this place. Although, who really cares about X items anyways? So yeah, this is it, guys. We are back here on Route 9. And, oh, now we're on Route 10. So, that's hilarious. This is just Route 9. And we're Route 10. Oh, repels. Come on, stupid repel. You ruined it. Route 9, Route 10. Route 9, like, why is this the cutoff point they chose when they could have made the cutoff, like, I don't know, the other side of the frickin' Dark Cave? But Route 9 brings you to Cerulean City, which just has an empty gym right now, so we're gonna focus on going down this narrow water path back into Route 10, which is where the power plant is. You can kind of see the rooftop along the bottom of the screen there. So guys, thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for more. I'll catch you on Friday for some more Pokemon Crystal.